Hi everyone, and welcome to Everyday Finances. Today we're going to talk about how you can build up your savings and what's the correct mindset. So let's get onto it. So first of all, you need to consider what's holding us back. Nowadays, the main source of our debt is then generated by trends or by what we learn at home. We learn that we need to study, work hard, get a house, and retire at 65 or later. In general, we try to keep up with the technology and our latest trends. So the question is, how many of you have a high-end PC, the latest mobile phone, a fast car, or even the latest Yeezys or Jordans that came out? I assume that at least 50% of you has one of these. So, having the right mindset. What do I mean by having the right mindset? Is we need to basically reboot ourselves and restructure everything that we've learned in the past and start thinking in a different way. Your mindset is what's going to make a difference and will help you grow financially. The mindset is just like a gym membership, let's say, a diet, or even driving. You have a set of rules, and when you fail to follow them, you usually get bad results. It's the way you look at things and your self-discipline that will help you achieve your goals. And the best thing of all is that anyone can do it. Yes, you can do it too. So, what's the first rule for success? Live below your means. Well, this means that your income needs to be higher than your expenses at all times. You must have heard this hundreds, if not even thousands of times. You're probably going to tell me, but Pedro, I got all my credit cards maxed out, I'm behind on my overdraft, and my debt keeps growing every month. How am I supposed to do that? Well, to be honest, there are only two ways to solve this. Either you increase your income, or you reduce your expenses. We will focus on the most achievable today. How to cut down your expenses. I'll call this the step one of our whole process, okay? So, there are four pillars where your money is going. Let's imagine this as a building, right? So we got the foundation, which is our mindset, and now we got the four pillars that are gonna sustain the roof over your heads, right? So these are our needs, right? Things that we can't live without. Our mortgage, our bills, our groceries, our commute, and our education. Apart from taxes, these are the long-term expenses that you can't live without. Okay? So after this, we got our love. It's what we would love to do. Our dreams. Okay? Our dream holiday, dream house, dream life, as the examples over here. So these are your dreams. Some might be different, but this is just a representative example of them. However, to be successful and happy, we should never sacrifice our dreams, right? And then we got your wants. You got the latest mobile phone, that gaming rig that you always wanted, that major flat screen TV so you can watch footy on the weekends. These are the things that you really want, but they have a minimal impact on your life. These can also be considered as items that can be replaced by cheaper ones with the same functions. We don't need the latest mobile phone to make some calls, send texts, or even take pictures. We don't need the latest gaming rigs to play the games that we want, and we don't really need a massive flat screen TV to watch football, right? And then we have our likes. We're talking about hobbies, for example, that I can't really call it an hobby, but you got the drones, those small toys that you probably use like 2-3 times a year, the subscriptions that you have like Netflix, Hulu, HBO, etc., the expensive restaurants. Well, basically, these are things that have no impact on your life, and we can even call them, let's say, superfluous. Have you ever heard of the expression keeping up with the Joneses? Well, that's about it. You want to have or look more than you can actually afford. There is a thin line between the wants and the likes, and people might organize them differently, but these are just representative images. Obviously, if you think that dining out is more important than having a flat screen TV, obviously you're going to prioritize that. But these are close to each other, let's say. So this all comes down to the prioritization. You need to analyze your expenses and divide them into these 4 pillars or categories or whatever you want to call them: the need, the love, the wants, and the likes, right? Then you need to prioritize them in that order. First, you need to pay the expenses you can't live without. You got no chance to go around them. So these are fixed expenses that you got, and you really need to put your money into them. Second, you should build a fund to achieve your dreams. I'm not saying that you need to put a certain percentage of your wage over there, but let's say if you put, for example, let's say £50 each week for your dreams, right? Let's say that you open a different bank account and you move, or you'll set how's it called? I forgot the name. Sorry. A standing order. Yeah, you set a standing order from your main account, from your where you get your wages, right? And you set like £50 a week, or let's say even £20, even £20 a week, right? Even £20 a week. Let's say that you decide to put £20 a week, and every Friday, for example, you move £20 from that account into that fund that you got aside, right? So we're talking about £20 a week. That's 52 weeks. So 1,040, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah, £1,040 for your dreams, right? Every year. Obviously, you probably can't do your dream holidays on your first year. But let's think as a couple. We're talking about £2,000, roughly £2,000 that you got available to use on your holidays, plus the money that you want to put aside. You can probably achieve those dream holidays that you always wanted. If not, you can just take parts of it and take them in the following year. Instead of £2,000, you'll have 4, right? And £4,000, you can probably go anywhere in the world for at least a week, and with all expenses included, and you'll have no trouble. Third, you have to avoid the costs that don't bring you any long-term returns or joy. Let's say this year you bought a PS5, right? In 2 or 3 years, there's gonna be a PS6, and then a PS7 or PS8, and you'll keep buying them to keep up with it. But in the long term, that doesn't bring you a decent return. I mean, you're just spending over and over again for the same product and for the same joy. So you probably should start looking for alternatives, right? And fourth, you should eliminate costs that you consider that you could live without, like subscriptions, ordering or dining out, expensive clothes or brands, or so on. I mean, I'm not telling you that you shouldn't buy branded clothes. Of course, it's a question of taste, and if you really like something from that brand and you have the chance to buy it, and it will not affect you financially, why not? It's not my money, it's yours. You do whatever you want with it. I'm just giving you some perspective of how you should prioritize your expenses. To resume, you need to prioritize your funds to your needs and loves. these are the main priorities for your livelihood and happiness, right? And then you should trim your funds going into your wants and likes, right? So what are the results? You'll notice that your needs are much less than you imagined, for sure. You'll realize that you have expenses that you can reduce or even eliminate. And you will conclude that after all the cuts, your income is actually sufficient to sustain your needs, and there's even some left to get rid of that debt or to start saving. Eventually, you'll go through your items and you'll find a lot of things that you don't use, and probably you can give them to charity or even sell them via eBay, Shpock, Facebook Markets, or some other platform. And that can bring you some cash back. That's then you can revert and use to reduce your debt or increase your savings. So it's your choice. But I'm pretty sure I've been living at this house for about 2 years, and I got a lot of items that I'm not using them anymore. I use them like, I don't know, 3-4 times during the year, and I really don't use them frequently. So what are these items doing at my place? I should just get rid of them. And after these steps are all completed, we'll move to step number 2, which is the following step that's gonna help you monitor and track everything that you're doing, and eventually you can keep up with the progress that you're having. It's like in the gym, right? You keep the progress of you keep tracking the progress of your weight and what type of exercises you're doing, and you'll be progressing through the year or through the years, and eventually you're gonna achieve your goal. That's exactly the same process. We'll start tracking and monitoring where our money is going. We start allocating the cash into different funds, and then we'll start analyzing our process. Okay, so in the next episode, I'm gonna show you the step number 2, which is called budget. Okay, I'll share a budgeting plan and the principles behind it. I will provide some useful links to download an already made budget plan, and I will also show you how to build a simple planner so you can keep track of. So I will try to do it on an Excel sheet, or you can even do that manually. It's your choice. I will share some tips to direct the funds to the correct places in just a few simple steps. And I will start introducing you to some debt relief methods and some saving tips. So, I hope you enjoyed this episode, and I'll be waiting for you on the next one. See you later.